Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a vacation reading vlog. I am currently in Puerto Rico. I'm gonna be here until Tuesday. Today is Friday. I'm here for my cousin's wedding, but we're staying a couple extra days to hopefully do some fun stuff. But because I'm on vacation, that means that I will be reading more than I would if I were home and working. So I'm just gonna take you through a few days of what I read while I'm on vacation. Before we get into the video, let me know in the comments what you're currently reading and make sure you're subscribed. We left this morning at 5:30 and now it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. We have a little like pre-wedding party tonight, but this is the book I'm currently reading. I started this on my second plane ride, so we took like an hour flight to JFK and then we flew from there here, which was like a 4-hour flight. And my first flight, it was dark, so I was reading on my Kindle, and then my second flight I read this book, and I read like 260 pages of this book on my flight. Left, and it's finally getting interesting and exciting. This is about a woman named Lo who is a travel journalist, and she gets put on this assignment on this new boutique cruise. She goes because her boss is sick, so she ends up going instead of her boss. Right when the book starts, her apartment gets broken into and she gets robbed, and that's like this very unsettling experience for her. Then as she's on the boat, she sees this weird thing happen in the cabin next door to her. She feels like she needs to help and figure out what happened because she doesn't want anybody else to feel like how she felt when she got robbed, like that sense of like your security being taken away from you. So anyway, she's digging her nose into this case. So that's pretty much the plot of this book. It is interesting. It took a really long time to get interesting though. Like at least 150 pages were just like, we're on the cruise ship, here are all the people on the cruise ship, and like kind of like a mystery book that kind of just like gets right to it. Now I'm finally at a point where I like need to know what's going on, and so I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna sit and finish the end of this before we go to the party. So that's the book I'm currently reading physically. I only brought 2 books because I had a lot of other stuff to bring, and I have a Kindle now, so I can read any book I want on my Kindle. But the other physical book I brought is The Secret History, because this is my book club book for November, and next Thursday I have book club, so I have to read for book club on Thursday. I'm a little bit intimidated by that book, but I have to read it, so. And then I am reading The Echo of Old Books, which is on my November TBR, and it's also on Kindle Unlimited. And then I have a bunch of other books downloaded. I'm not sure what I'll read after I finish these. I have The Martian on my Kindle, which is on my TBR. I'm trying to like read books that I put on my November TBR. So The Martian, Killers of the Flower Moon, which is nonfiction. I also have the Wicked book downloaded, which I thought would be fun to read before the movie comes out. I have Heartless by Elsie Silver downloaded. I've never read any Elsie Silver, but I hear a lot of people talk about her, and I just want to know if she's my vibe or not, and that one's on Kindle Unlimited, so it might be fun if I'm in the mood for a romance, maybe if I want a mystery. I have a couple, I have some options, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, I'm gonna finish The Woman in Cabin 10, and then I will be reading The Echo of Old Books and The Secret History, and yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys updated what we're up to, what I'm reading, and I will talk to you guys when I finish my book. Only I remembered my tripod. Hi friends, it is Saturday. We had a fun time at the party last night. I totally crashed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, but we couldn't leave the party until like 10:30, and that was a little tough for me, but made it home, slept like a baby, and then I woke up this morning and finished The Woman in Cabin 10. I had literally 15 pages left before we left for the party, but we had to go. So I didn't love it. Like the end was so underwhelming. This wasn't for me. I really wanted to like it. Like I said yesterday, it took a lot of time for the main plot to like build up, and finally once it did, there was only a little bit of time where we were like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to her? Like, what's going on? There's like not a lot of time in the book where you're like questioning what will happen, and then all of a sudden it just ends and they get like the aftermath. It just like, there was a lot of suspense that was trying to be built up throughout the book, and then all of a sudden it was just over. And for that reason I'm giving it a 3.5. But it was fun to read on the plane, it was fun to read quickly, and it was on my November TBR, so I already got a book off my November TBR, and it's only November 2nd, so that's a win in my book. Next, I'm gonna read The Echo of Old Books, which is also my November TBR. This one I have on my Kindle. I'm only about 50 pages into it, so I'm gonna try to get a good chunk of this done today. We don't have any plans yet, but we probably will go do something since the sun came out, and we don't have to go to the wedding until like 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna sit here, read, eat my breakfast. Let me show you what the backyard looks like here. This is the Airbnb that we're staying in. It has this really big like wraparound porch. A lot of different rooms inside, and then there's a pool in the backyard, a little like golf putting area, a bunch of chickens just and roosters hanging out. Here's one of the roosters. Roosters just crow, part of the experience. Anyway, I'm gonna sit and read, and I will talk to you guys later. Hi friends, long time no talk. It's Sunday night now. I have been busy on vacation doing fun exploring things. Yesterday, like I said, was the wedding. We ended up spending most of our morning at the grocery store, and then we got ready and went to the wedding. It was beautiful. It was so special, and it just like, it was perfect. Like, it all worked out so well, and it was a lot of fun. And this morning we got up and went horseback riding. Then we went to the beach. It's nighttime now. It's like, oh my god. It's not even 8:30. I'm so tired. I think it's the heat. I'm just not used to it. It's not summertime anymore. So last I talked to you, I was reading The Echo of Old Books. I don't even want to say DNF because I'm just pausing it for now. Temporarily pausing that book because I don't think I said what that book was about, but the plot of that book is this woman that works at this bookstore in my hometown, which is so interesting. I was reading it, I didn't really know anything about it, and I started it and I saw the town and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So that's kind of fun. They've like name dropped all of the like real streets there and stuff. Anyway, so she's like a vintage book dealer and she binds old books, and she finds this set of books that have no copyright date, no author, none of that stuff. So she's trying to figure out who wrote them and where they're from. And they're kind of like, they go together. Like, one is the male's perspective and one is the female's perspective. So anyway, she finds these books, and so some of the chapters are her looking at these books, and some of the chapters are chapters of those books. And they're written in second person, and I don't really love it. The writing is kind of weird. I do kind of want to finish it. It's on Audible Unlimited as well, so I think I'm gonna try to listen to it maybe when I get home, but for now I needed something more interesting, and I decided to start reading The Martian. I am now 10% in, and I am loving it. If you don't know, this is about a man that is on Mars, and he did a mission to Mars, and then his mission failed and he's stuck there, and everybody kind of thinks he's dead, so he's trying to figure out how he can survive until somebody comes back to Mars or he finds a way to communicate with them. And this book just got right to it. It's told sort of in like journal entries, so it's in first person, and the main character is really funny, and I've like laughed out loud a couple times. I'm just really enjoying listening to him talk about like how he's surviving. It's so cool. I'm really excited to see the movie too. I think I will really like it. But right now he's like making water because he's trying to grow stuff. So anyway, he's doing all sorts of things to try to keep himself alive. I do also have The Secret History with me, which I have to start because I need to read 4 chapters for book club. I really wish I could have gotten the ebook of this one because I think the font in this book is just very small and it would probably be easier to read on my Kindle, but I do have the audiobook, so whatever I read now I can read more when I get home if I want. That's the story for now. It's Monday. I have been reading pretty much since I woke up. Today our plans are to go to Old San Juan, and then later tonight we have tickets to do the bioluminescent kayak tour, which I'm so excited about. I am now 28% of the way through The Martian and I'm really enjoying it. I kind of wish I had the physical book because I feel like there have been things that I've like wanted to flip back to, but it's so hard to like flip back to a page on your Kindle unless you've like bookmarked it, I guess. Yeah, I am really enjoying it. I'm worried it's gonna get a little bit repetitive. Bottom line is I'm enjoying it. I'll keep you guys updated. Hi friends, it is Tuesday now and we are about to leave for the airport. Crazy flight change delay situation, so we're on a new flight that leaves at almost 4 o'clock, but we have to be at the airport earlier to drop off the rental car, so I'm gonna have a little bit more waiting time in the airport, hoping to read as much as I can. I am 45% of the way through The Martian. I am loving this book. It's so funny for something that's like a very stressful situation, like he's stuck on Mars by himself. The main character is just so comical. I'm so excited to read the movie because there's some parts like when something breaks or like how he's fixing a specific thing that I would love to be able to see visually that I can't. I don't really know a lot about space, so I'm excited to see the movie and see how that actually looks in real life. So that's the quick update for now. I've got to run to the airport, but enjoy the next montage clips of me reading in the airport. Maybe I will give you guys an update, or if not, I'll update you guys tonight or tomorrow. Thanks for sticking around in this vlog. I planned to film it, not knowing how much reading time I would have on this vacation. Just thought it'd be sort of fun to document what I've been reading, and this is what you get. That's all for now. I will see you guys later. Hi guys, I'm home now. It is Thursday, November 7th. Yesterday we found out the results of the election, which is very scary and was not something that I expected to come home to. I'm looking for ways to turn my anger and feelings into action and support, help, motion, whatever. But I feel like it's important to address that because that did happen. In between now and the last time I talked to you, I'm feeling a lot more grounded today, and I feel so lucky to have this hobby as something that is so important to me and that I can turn to in times like this for distraction, for education, for community. That's all I have to say right now. Now that we've addressed that, I wanted to come on here and finish this video. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. I feel like it was kind of chaotic the way I was vlogging since this trip didn't have a lot of structure and we're just kind of having family time. So vlogged what I could, read when I could, and to wrap it up, The first book that we read in this video was The Woman in Cabin 10. I rated this a 3.5. It was not very good. It was fast-paced, I guess. I didn't really enjoy it that much, so I wouldn't really recommend this one. Then I started reading The Echo of Old Books, which I haven't officially decided to DNF yet. I'm about 30% in. I'm not jazzed about finishing it, but I am going to give the audiobook a listen, and it may be something that I like listen to during work on a slow day just so that I can find out what happens, because I do want to know what happens, and like the main character being from my hometown is pretty cool. That's where we got with that one. And then I read The Martian by Andy Weir, and I read most of this in the airport and on the plane on Tuesday. This was a wonderful distraction from my election day stress. Anyway, and the story of this book was just tense enough to distract me from everything else on Tuesday. I loved this. And I have watched the movie since I finished it and loved the movie as well. I would absolutely recommend reading the book if you haven't seen the movie yet before watching the movie, because there's a lot more detail in the book. There are some things they left out in the movie, which I think the movie was well done. I think that like their choice to leave that stuff out was totally valid and made a lot of sense, but the book had a lot more detail. And the main character was just so funny. I was just so invested in his journey. So would absolutely recommend this. And then the last book I started on the plane was The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm starting to get into this. It was really boring at the beginning. I was kind of putting off reading it while I was on vacation because I just wanted like fun, fast-paced stuff. I really want to like this. I feel like there's some stuff that's going over my head and some stuff that's just a little boring. Some of the main characters I don't love. The audiobook narrator is not good either, which is always a bummer, but chugging along through this one. But definitely make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my November wrap up when I post that, which will have my opinions on this book when I finish it. Those are all of the books that I read in this video. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Would love to chat. Make sure you are following me on Instagram, as I am posting on there pretty regularly. Same thing with my TikTok. Those are both linked down below. Sending big hugs to all of you out there. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.